Font styles and effect. We're looking at this worksheet fonts in our chapter module 4 formatting. Now, if you click on any cell, you see that which font is being used. The standard font in Excel is Calibri size 11. And it has been there for the last couple of years. Earlier, the standard font in Excel was Arial size 10. Over here, I have put in both of them, Calibri and Arial, for you to take a look at that quickly, how these fonts look like. So Arial was a previous font and Calibri is the current font that you can use. You see there's a difference between number 1, we have some differences how number 2 is displayed, number 9 is displayed, and some letters of the alphabet as well. At different times, you may want to consider changing these fonts. Let's say, for example, if I select A1, the font being used is Candera, size 24. And you may want to consider changing these. To change the font, simply click on this pull down. And you got tons of options over here. The best part is, even before you select it, you can see just hovering over it, how this is going to look like. And if you're a very indecisive person, this is going to take you a long time to decide which one to use, which one don't. I tend to stay away from it. You can increase the size of the fonts by selecting which size you want to use. And you don't need to select it, just hover over it, and you can see how this is going to look like. You can increase the size of from here as well, and decrease the size. In the font group, a lot of choices here. Over here, let's say we have these months here. We can select any one choice. Maybe I want to make the text bolder, italic, underline. I can use some color options here. Maybe I can fill the bucket here, use the fill bucket. We got a lot of color options, the theme colors, the standard colors, the recent color I have used. You don't need to select any one of it, just hover over it. You can see how this is going to look like. And if you think that these colors are not enough, my pink is not here, so you can go to more colors. In custom, you got 16 billion color options, and I'm sure you'll find your pink here. And you can use either one of it. Let me undo that. I just overdid it. So we are back to where we are. Now you can use one of them, or you can use either one of those, or any combination. Now these buttons that you're looking at, these are called toggle buttons. You press them once, turn on, turn off, turn on, off, on, off. You click them once to apply the feature, again to remove the feature. So there are certain options here. Let's select these profits here, maybe these expenses. Now let's say in C5, these expenses. Now you might say, okay, this expenses number is incorrect. It should not be 130, it should be something else. But you don't want to remove it. You want to strike out these numbers here. So what do? You don't have an option here. You go to font dialog box launcher by clicking on this drop arrow, or pressing Ctrl Shift F, or pressing Ctrl 1. It will take you to the format cell dialog box launcher. You can maybe select strike through. If you click OK, you'll see that number has been struck through. Now the number is not striked out. It doesn't mean that this will be excluded from the calculation. It is just the appearance. And throughout this chapter, module 4 formatting, we will be only discussing the appearance of these numbers in different ways. But the number would remain the same. We will not be changing any number or any text. We will only be changing the way it appears. Over here, similarly, the number 130 remains the same, and so as its calculation. but in appearance, it appears that it is striked out. So a lot of different capabilities here for working with different font choices, primary from the menu, occasionally from the dialog box launcher, which you can activate by clicking on this right arrow. We are looking at the worksheet align, wrap, merge in our module 4 formatting. Now these are three different words: align, wrap, and merge. Now these are the features that you may decide to use at different times. Now these text entries that you're looking here from A4 downwards may look fine to you. It looks fine to me, maybe to you as well. But how would they look if they were to align on the right side? Well, there is certainly nothing wrong with it. You can go ahead and do that. So on the alignment group, we have an option here to align them to the right side. And we can certainly do that, nothing wrong. But remember, text is automatically left aligned. If you don't select anything, it will automatically go to the left side. Numbers always on the right. We could possibly center them if we want to, or we can put it on the right or left, either ways. Sometimes when you work on a workbook or worksheet, some of these entries, some of these numbers are left aligned or the right aligned. So you may want to adjust them. So you may want to line up the numbers on the right and text on the left. But there are certain items, certain numbers, which you may or may not be able to align. For example, these numbers over here. Let me make these columns wider here. How about this one? This looks fine to me. We have these numbers here. I would like to align them onto the center or to the left. They are currently aligned towards the right side. On the alignment group, if I click on center, keep an eye what happens. On the left, nothing happens. If you look closely, you would only see that the rupee symbol is dancing left and right. Nothing else is moving on. We have some numbers over here, these percentages. I want to align them towards the center. Can I do that? Yes, I can. On to the left, I can do that. In anywhere, I can do it. We got some more numbers over here. I would like to align them to the center. Can I do it? Nothing is happening. Nothing at all. Now, depending upon which format of the number you're using, you may or may not be able to align those numbers on the center, middle, or to the left side. We got some text entries over here at the top, the month entries. So I would like to align them to the center. Can I do it? Yes, I can. How about the center or the middle? In order to see that effect, let me increase the row height, make this row taller here. How about this one? I'll select this one, all these cells here, and I'll make it middle align. And here is what we can see here. The top, we can see that. We can also decide to change the orientation. How about this one? Counterclockwise, clockwise, vertical text up, vertical rotate text up, down. And if you think that, okay, somebody told me make it to 17 degrees or 18 degrees, I don't see that 18 degree here. Go to format cell alignment. You got this orientation and you can decide to choose which degree you want. Maybe how about 18 degrees? You can click it and you have it. And at any time you want to come back here, you can simply come back to format cell alignment or the format cell dialog box launcher, make it 0 degree, or you can simply type number 0 here, click OK, it will back to where it was, and simply undo what you wanted. And let's bring it back over here. Now, it is very common to have these columns made taller, columns wider, or rows taller. Whenever you click or double click on the boundary of any two columns, it automatically activates the feature called best fit, which means that the column will take as much space as it is required for it with the feature called best fit. And you can select multiple columns here. You can double click on the boundary of any two columns. It will activate the feature called best fit. And we can do the same thing for rows as well. The best part is we can select the entire sheet and double click on the boundary of any two columns or any two rows. It will activate the best fit. It will does two things. First, it will expose any hidden rows or hidden columns. Second, it will also activate the feature called best fit, which means that it will take as much space as it is required for that particular cell. For example, let's say I hide these columns here. Right click, hide. And here I'll hide these. I would see a gaping hole over here. I would like to unhide them. Simply select the entire sheet. Double click on the boundary. It will activate the best fit, unhide. Double click on the row boundary. It will activate and hide. Let me bring it back here. So alignment, we can align the text to the center, to the left, to the right, wherever we want. Over here, now this shows that it's a total. But if you look closely, I would say this is not a total. This is first half total. So we would like to change this name from total to first half total. So I can start typing here, maybe first half total. So if you see that all these text is going behind the other cell, and we don't want to do that, I've selected all these columns here to be of the same width. All the columns are of the same width, maybe 9, so maybe 10. So if you see here, all the columns are of the same width, about 10. So I don't want to increase the column width, but I also want to make sure that the first half total appears perfectly fine. So we can activate the feature called wrap text by simply typing the text and pressing Alt Enter. Whenever you press Alt Enter, it will put a new line, and now it will not increase the column width, but it will make the row taller. And the column width will remain the same, and row will become taller. You can also do the same thing using the wrap text in the alignment group, and does the same thing. The benefit is you can decide where you want to break the line by pressing the Alt Enter, or you can click on wrap text. Excel will automatically does it for you. So it will wrap these text into different lines. It will not increase the column width, but will make the row taller. We have this title, Sales and Profit First Half Projections, in the top left corner, A1. I would like to make sure that it comes in the center of this data. So what do we do? Maybe we want to consider moving it to the center. How about this one? Maybe this, or maybe somewhere here. We can certainly do that. Nothing wrong with it. If you think that, okay, I'll make it center over here, will that solve? No. It will center the text in that particular cell. But we want to make sure that this is centered in all these particular cells, A to I. So we select all these columns here, A to I, and then we click on Merge and Center. It will automatically merge all these columns. Now we have A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, all became A1. Now in this file, we have A1, we don't have B1, we don't have C1, we don't have D1, we have after A1, we have J1. So if we press left, we have A1, then I have J1. And we can do the similar thing with this merge and center. It will become like this in the center. So we have merged the cell. Now, if you don't want to merge them, simply go back here and you can click on unmerge cells. We're back to where we were. Now I can do it, unmerge, or click here, it will unmerge. Is it possible to do them both of them together? So we select both of them and then we click on merge in center. If I click on that, it says merging cell only keeps upper left value and discard the other value. So what happens here? It will remove the second row. It will only keep the first row. But I don't want to do that. Let's undo it. Thank God we have an undo here. How do we do this together? So we select it with the control key down. I select the second row and click on merge in center. And we have done that for together for both of them. So a lot of features available here, either in the alignment group or by the way of dialog box launcher that you can activate by clicking here. Some of the choices on the alignment tab here as well. We are on this chapter, shapes in module 4, formatting. This is a chapter for shapes, but we don't see any. We can quickly bring in some of the shapes here on the screen. We have row number 1, which has some of the months here. Now maybe this is first half total. So maybe I would like to insert a title over there. Instead of inserting a row, I can insert a box here. So I will be starting with inserting an empty row, and then I'll increase the row height, something like this. Now to insert the shapes or arrows, we go to Insert tab. We have here shapes. In the illustration group, we have shapes. So I'll increase the row height here, and to insert the shape, I go to Insert tab. In the illustration group, we have the option called shapes. In shapes, we have recently used shapes. Then we have lines that we would like to insert. We may have rectangles, basic shapes, block arrows, equation, flowchart, stars and banners, callouts. Let's start with some basic shapes here. The rectangles one. So I'll pick up a rectangle and I can simply put a rectangle over here until the average, leave it. We'll have a contextual tab called shape format. Now these are called contextual tabs because once you click on it, it will appear, and you click outside, they'll just go away. Now if you click on this shape, because it's a shape, you get the shape format. If it's a picture, you will get a picture format. If it's a icon, you'll get icon formats. So we got the shape formats here, and with this yellow button, we can make it more curvy. So by default, it's blue in color. So we can start to type something. Maybe how about first half sales? And maybe this is KFC. So I'll just put in KFC first half sales, and all the tools available in the formatting group we can use all of them here. How about increasing the font size, making it a different color here? Let's go back to shape format. We can do it from here as well to change the text fill or the shape fill. Maybe I don't want to use this color. Maybe I would like to use a different color. Got tons of choices over here to choose from. Even before you apply, you can see how this is going to look like. How about this one? Maybe I don't like this color at all. I would like to change it maybe to a different color, or maybe to a different picture. So if I click on a picture, I can actually insert a picture inside this box. So maybe I would like to put a picture from here. Let's see. How about this one? So I'll put a picture here. It will take some time to download and then finally get that picture over there. But you got the sense here what the best we can do. Then we have some shape effects here. We can put some shadows. We can make it glow. We got all kind of options here. Maybe I'll change the shape color to some standard color, right? How about this one? So we got the shadows here. So we got tons of options in order to put the shapes here. Let's take a look at some other of the shapes. Maybe I would like to insert a circle. But if you come here, you won't find any circle out here. In order to insert a circle, I'll pick up an oval. So when you're drawing an oval, simply press the shift key on the keyboard. It will become a proportion circle. And same goes with the square. If you would like to insert a square, you don't have a square here. You pick up a rectangle. When you're drawing the rectangle, simply press the shift key on the keyboard. It will become a perfect square. So shift key ensures the alignment and the proportion is correct. Let's check out some other options here. Let's check out some pictures here. Maybe how about the pictures from here? Let me take the online picture. Maybe we can insert an online picture over here. So maybe I would like to insert the KFC logo. Just put in a KFC logo. Let's see what do we get here. It sometimes takes a longer time than expected to search. Uh-oh. So let's try again. Maybe this will search this time. Or else we will pick up some random picture or some random logo. It's taking some time in order to search. Let's pick up an apple. Okay, let's see. Maybe this is some internet issue. Let's try it again. How about this apple? You see, sometimes it takes longer time than expected. Sometimes you get this. So I hope you get the sense of what we're talking about here. So there is something wrong here. Let's check out some other option. We'll come back to it later. We have stock images here. Let's see if we get something. How about cutout people? Maybe I would like to have a cutout of some people like this. Maybe how about this one? And I might want to insert that cutout over here. Maybe this is a sales program that is coming up. And I may have a cutout here. And when you're making the picture smaller, always do it from the edge. Don't do it from the center. Maybe how about this one? And we can put another shape here with a text on it. How about this one? And we can type it something like sales trip. And we can put this over here. We can a little bit make it curvy. So we can do all kind of specialized titles, and then we can make it, it's a shape. So we'll look at a shape and we can group them together. So it will become a one part of this. So they all become one together. So because it's a shape, I get a shape format. Now, because it's a shape, I can outline it. I get all those features available. Shape fill, shape outline, how about this one? And the shape effects, how about this shadow? And we get all kind of options here. Let's check out some icons. So we also have some icons that we can insert. How about this one? And we have this icon over here. Because it's an icon, we get the graphic format. So let me put it over here. It is showing which country this sales is all about. So we get this icon color, graphics effect, and we have graphics fill. Maybe you would like to fill this with some other color. How about this one? Maybe this one. And outline, maybe how about this one? So we have all these options here. Let's check out some 3D models. And this is a new thing that has recently launched. We may have some 3D models over here that you may want to use. How about this dog I would like to use maybe? It will download and then insert it, and you'll have a moving dog all across your worksheet. And how about this one? So now you'll have this dog moving across this worksheet. And because it's a 3D model, we get all these options here. We got different scenes here. You can select which scene you would like. And you got the sense here what more you can do here. It's not just giant grid of rows and columns here, but it's a lot more than that. And these options are endless. This is a problem with Excel. We got way too many choices here. Now let's go back to insert here. We got something called smart art that I would like to talk about. Let's move to the right here. Now there are some around 200 of the options here in the smart art. Maybe you would like to insert some list, a process, explain a process or a cycle, a life cycle, or a hierarchy, a relationship, matrix, pyramid, picture. We got tons of options here that we can choose from. Around 200 of them are here. Let's say I would like to present some of these over here, some cycle or some, how about this cycle? I would like to present that, okay, this will happen, then this will happen. So once I select it, I get a smart art design. So two contextual tabs appear at the top, smart art design and format. Format is the same, everything about format. For anything you pick up, any picture, shape, icon, graphic, format tab remains the same. How about the smart art design? We can change the design. Maybe I like this one better. How about this one? Maybe this, maybe that. And then we can change the colors to look at more colorful. How about this one? We have some other options here like this, or I would like to make it like this here. How about this one? So you click on it, you just type it in, and you can always get to what you want. And you can keep on adding those circles here. And this will adjust automatically. So you can add circles, you can remove circles, so you can get the sense here what the more you can do about it. There are tons of choices that you can use inside Excel. And then you also have options to make it to change the shapes here, or maybe make it more format, change the format. How about this color? Maybe you don't like, maybe you'd like to change the outline, or maybe make use the shape effect. How about this one? And maybe how about glow? I want to make sure this glows green in color. So you got way too many choices, and you can spend an entire day exploring these. The best idea is now you have the time to explore some of these options, pick up your favorites, stick to those. Shapes will make your Excel from a boring Excel to a very exciting Excel that you can use.